publicly streamed.
So just a few minutes, almost there. So tonight, I'll be talking about performance management, and I'll quickly talk about the first chapter in the ICANN study pack, and I'll send assignments to the WhatsApp group. I don't have to delay. It's an introductory class, but the diets have started counting already, so there is no need to delay in our studies. I have my slide for the chapter 1 of in the study pack. I'll quickly talk about it. It's just discussion, does not involve calculation. So, and I've arranged the various assignments likewise that I will forward. I want to say this, that over time, I discover people don't attempt assignments till few weeks to the exams. I want to change the pattern, my own pattern this time. Once I give assignment today, the submission time will just be 1 week. Again, because I also have so many things to attend to. So once I've treated a topic, bringing me back again, I will not welcome that. So do kindly attend to assignments as I forward them. I know most of us are busy, we are working in class. Yes, it's not easy for anyone, but schedule your time, create time to see how you can solve assignments and give me feedback. For every assignment you solve, I have the solution already. As you submit to me to my personal WhatsApp page, I will forward the solution to you for necessary correction. So please do well to always attempt assignments promptly, and the assignment will constitute every question in the ICANN Pathfinder. I will just send the topics, I will send the year, then you are expected to go to the Pathfinder and look for the question and solve. So once you can do that, before the end of this of the class, of the diet, you would have solved the whole question in the Pathfinder from 214 till date. So for as many that cannot join via the Google Meet, you can join via the YouTube. I'm forwarding the YouTube link already to the platform so that everybody can benefit from the discussion tonight. So without much ado, I'll quickly commence the class. So I believe you can all see my screen. Just
yes, sir.
Indicate. You can see my screen?
No, we can see your screen, sir. We can see your screen.
All right, thank you. So the point is, why performance management? Why performance management? I put that performance management examination is a crucial part of the ICANN qualification. I usually tell students, once you can conquer performance management, you've conquered ICANN. I have a student that called me over the weekend. Performance management have been holding her back over time. For like 4 diets now, he's been writing performance management. But with my encounter with her, I was able to tutor her, and she passed PM. That is May last diet. That is May last year. And she called me this weekend that she has qualified. Yes, PM was holding her back at the skills level. But moving to the final stage, she was able to write the whole 5 courses and pass at once. So that is why I want to give my full attention to PM, because PM is a course at the skills level that usually hold people behind. And if you can conquer PM and use the whole of your effort, to study the courses, the subjects, or the courses at the professional level, you will not have any course to waste time in becoming an ACA. So it is a very key course that you must study with the whole of your heart. So the course is designed to equip students with the skills and knowledge required to manage and improve business performance. So the skills acquired include application of management accounting techniques to provide information to assist management in planning, controlling, and making decisions. So this session is designed to discuss the significance, structure, and key components of performance management examination. So providing ICANN students with a comprehensive understanding of what to expect and how to prepare effectively. So that is what we're talking about in the course of this session. So understanding and excelling in this examination is essential for several reasons. For your career relevance, performance management skills are highly valued in accounting and finance roles, making this examination pivotal for career progression. And also, integrated knowledge. The exam integrates various concepts from management accounting, financial management, and strategic planning, providing a holistic view of business performance management. So the practical application is a key aspect of performance management. Beyond reading what you have in your study, of each topic to questions. So many students will say, I studied, I solved all the whole questions in the Pathfinder, but still, I'm getting 6 over 100. I'm getting 9 over 100. It's because most times some of us just cram. We don't apply the concept to real life scenarios. So the examination emphasizes real world application, preparing students to tackle practical business challenges effectively. Now, one key thing when it comes to performance management is your ability to manage your time in the exams. Question 1 can take the whole of your time if you are not very careful. So you must be able to manage your time. So as you practice questions, you solve questions from your Pathfinder, you must be able to time yourself. You must be able to time yourself to know if you're actually spending too much time or spending less time. So it is very key that you practice time management as you solve questions, ICANN questions, not only performance management. So it is very key we practice time management. I designed this, the structure of the performance management examination. You must know what the exam entails. As a matter of fact, you must know what the syllabus entails. If you are in this session tonight and you've not checked the topics in performance management, go back after this class, pick the study pack, check what performance management entails, the topics, and check the weight of each topic. You need to get the syllabus. You check the weight of each topic as it relates to performance management. So the performance management examination is structured to assess a range of competencies, including technical knowledge, analytical skills, and the ability to apply theoretical concepts to practical scenarios. Now, the exam is structured based on 3 sections. Section 1, we have question 1, which is compulsory with 30 marks allocation. And section 2 comprise of 3 questions, which make up question 2, 3, and 4. Each of these questions has a weight of 20%, 20 marks each. 20 marks each. But you have to choose any 2 questions. You have to choose any 2 questions from this section. Why section 3.2 comprise of 3 questions where you have to choose any 2 questions. The weight is 15%, 15 marks each for questions in these at this point. So choice question 1 is compulsory. So question 1 will always be a lengthy question, but if you settle down, you'll be able to untie the knots in those questions. So don't be scared by the length of the question. Read the question, deduce what the examiner wants you to get from it, and put down your understanding on the question paper, on the answer sheet. And you discover that you pass the exam. You pass. But most times, students, with the length of the question, they get scared and most times fail to attempt. And when the result comes out, begin to see strange marks such as 5, 6, 7, and somebody will say, ICANN is wicked. So, ICANN is different from your semester exams. In my semester exam, I can predict where my lecturer will set the question. When it comes to ICANN, you need to read holistically and be prepared in every aspect. So the suggested time allocation for question 1 should be 45 minutes. If you are spending anything above 45 minutes, it means you are spending too much time. There should be a red flag. Now, for question 2, question 3, question 4, you should allocate maximum 35 minutes to each of the questions, 35 minutes. And for section 3, maximum 25 minutes per question. So when you do that, the total time used on each section, for section 1, you'll be using 45 minutes. For section 2, you'll be using 1 hour, 10 minutes. For section 3, you'll be using 50 minutes. So total time used will now be what? 2 hours, 45 minutes. So the total time available for the exam is 3 hours, 15 minutes. 3 hours, 15 minutes. So the extra time we have is 30 minutes. You can use this extra time to check for areas where you need to beef up and tidy up certain questions that you've not made attempts, good attempts. And when you do this, there will be no cost to rewrite this course over and over again. So you must practice time management even as you study on your own. This is very key. Now, the key components of the performance management examination The examination covers several key topics that are fundamental to performance management: cost accounting and cost management. So understanding different costing methods such as absorption costing, marginal costing is very important, it's pertinent. So applying cost management techniques to control and reduce cost is a key concept that we must know, that we must know in this course. And more so, budgeting and forecasting,
So I can't see your screen
preparing
again.
various types.
We can't see your screen.
We can't see your screen,
Okay.
sir.
All right. Let me just
Well, I can see the screen now. Maybe it's their network. Oh.
So we can see your
Uh,
screen.
I can see
yeah,
your
okay.
screen.
See your screen. I can see your screen.
All right. Okay, thank you. All right. So budgeting and forecasting. This is also a key topic that we must study very well. It's not difficult. We'll try our best to see how we simplify this. So preparing various types of budgets, flexible budgets, master budgets, and also budgeting will result into variance. When you've made your budgets and there is difference between the actual and the budget, it will result into variance. So analyzing variances between actual and budgeted performance to manage and improve performance is key. So this is very key. Variance is a wide topic. We have starting from the standard costing, moving to variance, moving to advanced variance, where we talk about yield, mix variance, and the rest of it. And talking about planning variance, operational variance, and the rest of it. So it's a very wide topic that we must take very serious, likewise. And the examiners will always come in different ways. Over the last two diets, they've been testing variance in diverse ways in relation to budget, flex budget, in relation to flexible budgets, and the rest of it. So these topics are very key for us to look at. They carry much weight, and more so, performance measurement and control. Utilizing key performance indicators to assess organizational performance, implementing balanced scorecards and other performance measurement framework. So decision making that is applying
Open the door, Charles.
to short-term decision making. It's Olajide, can you mute yourself? So decision making, applying relevant costing techniques to short-term decision making, conducting break-even analysis, marginal costing, and investment appraisal. This has to do relevant costing is key. We've oftentimes predict relevant costing limiting factor over time. So there are key topics that we must know. Sometimes when the exam is drawing nearer, students will begin to ask area of concentration. To me, the various topics are what you can have good knowledge about, so that when ICANN is coming in any angle, you should be able to attack them. At least you should have 80% understanding of each of these topics, so that when the exam is drawing close, fear will not grip you, and you won't begin to ask of area of concentration. You go into the exam hall with one mind, hoping that anywhere ICANN is coming, setting up their question, you should be able to tackle it. So risk and uncertainty. Over two diets, we've been seeing questions on risk and uncertainty, likewise decision tree and the rest of it. So understanding and managing risks in business decisions, applying techniques such as sensitivity analysis and scenario planning is also key. Strategic performance measurement, that is aligning performance measures with organizational strategy, evaluating strategic performance using tools like balance scorecard and the rest of it. Balance scorecard benchmarking will always come in the written aspect. One thing with ICANN is that you must balance your calculation with your theoretical aspect. So many people sometimes focus on the theoretical, on the calculation aspect only, neglecting the reading part. It is very key and important that we read those topics that are theoretical, and they can enhance and give us good ability or strength when we are in the exam hall to even pass. Yes. So you don't just study activity-based costing, you don't just study variance, you study information technology, you study strategic performance, you study KPI, you study non-financial performance indicator, and the rest of them to give you good strength in the exam hall. So preparing for the performance management examination, familiarize yourself with the syllabus and ensure you cover each area comprehensively. As I've said, you must know what PM is all about. You must know what the syllabus entails. You don't just work like that without knowing what this exam is all about. You don't just study without knowing what the syllabus entails. So you must have it at your fingertip and be prepared. It's a roadmap. It's a roadmap to pass these exams. So practice past question. From tonight, I will be sending questions. After I talked about the topic I'll be talking about, I will forward questions. You practice past questions. So when you don't practice past question, sometimes you will not have confidence to tackle question in the exam hall. The last exam, there was a question that was repeated on activity-based costing. Those that have been practicing over time would have good grasp of that question. Yes, activity-based costing was repeated. Yes, it was picked from the question, from the past question, and was before us in the exam hall. So I was expecting so many people to pass, even though so many passed. But it's still a shock that some of us didn't pass. But it's not an issue. To me, you are not a failure. It's just an opportunity to learn better. So once somebody didn't get it, I'm not seeing that person as a failure. It's an opportunity for you to read and learn better again. Yes. And maybe you still come and join us in teaching PM if you've not passed it over time and you are still reading it again. So it will give you good knowledge and understanding to be able to speak, because it's not just to pass the exam. Some of us will be CFOs tomorrow. Some of us will be data analysts tomorrow. So it is what you know that you use to speak, what you've stored in your word power, in your tabula rasa, and that is what will be coming up at that point in time. So that is why it is expected, we are expected to have good grasp of each topic, so that when we are faced with the real world scenario, we'll be able to stand boldly with our head up. So practice past questions. Regularly practice past examination papers to understand the question format and improve time management. So use study resources. Utilize ICANN approved study materials, including textbooks, revision kits, and online resources. So some people will say ICANN study pack is not relevant for performance management. To me, ICANN study pack is very important for performance management. If you go to the past question, there is a question on NOPAT, a question on NOPAT, yes, NOPAT, that is WAC, performance management. They lifted the question from the study pack. There is a question on BCG matrix. There is a question on BCG matrix. Yes, they lifted the question. It's a work example in this ICANN study pack. Lifted. So if you've not been studying your ICANN study pack, you won't be able to answer that question. So to me, it's better you cover the ICANN study pack, then move around with other, you can lay your hands on other resource materials, like textbooks that have been mentioned. I would not like to mention any textbook. So we have quite a number of textbook. People will say, get this textbook. I can't usually lift question from it. You know those textbook. I will not mention them. So use study resource. Make sure every question that is being served, that you see, you can attempt confidently. So focus on application. Of theoretical concepts to practical scenarios. As the exam often tests these skills.
Jumaka is disturbing us.
Yes. So emphasize the application of those theoretical concepts to practical scenarios. Yes, I was advising someone that when you read, apply it to real life scenarios so that when you see it in the exam, it will come naturally. But when you cram without real life application, it will be very difficult for you to put these whole things in your head. But when you apply it to real world scenarios, you see it in a real world case, it will be very easy for you to recall. Actually, you have a lot to cover, and it takes the grace of God for you to be able to put everything in your head. But there are strategies you can use. There are techniques you can use to break down some of these topics for easy assimilation. So you know yourself, I know myself. So if I'm to study for an exam, if it is calculation, I know how to strategize my plan to see how I meet up. Should I get a hardcover note to begin to solve questions? Should I get a hardcover note to take down my notes? Yes, you know what is best for you. Stick to it. Don't copy somebody else's format. Yes, don't copy somebody else's format. What works for someone might not work for you. You see, some people will tell you, just 3 weeks to the exam. I bought a book, I did that, I studied and I passed. It might not work for you. So know what works for you and go by it. So seek feedback. Participate in study groups and seek feedback. As I've said, I'll be sending questions to the platform over and over again. Try and make attempts. Even if your attempt is not good enough, I will always send the correct answers to the platform, not to the platform, rather, to you. Because once you attempt, you send to me. Now, let me make a clarification. Why I don't send my answers to the platform is that I discovered that most Nigerians don't like reading. They won't read the question. They will just jump to the solution. And I have so many things to handle at work. So when you don't study the question and you jump to the answer, you are now asking me, how did they derive A plus B? Do you understand? Sometimes it's not encouraging. So most people, when you send questions to the platform, they don't read. So when you now send the solution, is the solution they will go and be studying. You understand? They will now begin to ask you questions that they can actually infer or derive the answers from the narrations in the question. That is why I don't forward my solutions to the platform. But once you solve and you send to my WhatsApp, I will respond back to you. Even though it's 1,000 students that send solutions to me, I'll make sure I send the solution to them one after the other. So if in case you forward your solution to me, I didn't get feedback, you can send a reminder because there can be an oversight. So participate in the study groups and seek feedback from peers and instructors to improve understanding and performance. So One important thing we must do as we prepare for this exam, see yourself that you are passing these exams. Don't exercise any fear. Don't exercise, I don't want to care if you've been writing this exam for overtime. I know people that have been writing this exam for 6, 7, 8, 10 times. This diet, see yourself as a success. Yes. See yourself that you are passing these exams. Yes. Don't exercise any fear. Don't exercise any fear. Yes, I have so many testimonies. Yes, there is a lady that I've been writing this exam for the 6th time. She passed the last one. I told her, please don't exercise fear. She called me the day to the exam that she's not feeling like writing this PM again. I said, no, just go. Since you've paid for it, go. Don't exercise fear. So conquering fear to achieve success in any examination is very key. And this entails performance management. Involves a combination of mental preparation, effective study strategies, and practical techniques. So you must put this component together to conquer fear. So early preparation is key. Once you don't prepare early and you begin to prepare at the time, you begin to exercise fear. Set up your study strategy. I know most of the complaint is time. Now, if your work is demanding, as you get back from work, you can decide to sleep and wake up at midnight to begin to study. You can decide to go to your office early before the start of the day work. You study a little for 1 or 2 hours. You manage your time. There is no time to be idle once you're preparing for these exams. So, and if you are the type that like outing, this is not the time for outing. It's good anyway, but you must minimize it. It's not every gathering, every invitation you honor for you to, because there will be free time for all those things. Now I can decide to honor invitation because I don't have exams before me, even though I don't honor invitation as much because I still have so many things to do with my time, even though I'm not writing ICANN again. But I have so many things to attend to. But still, you know, you have a target. This is 2025. And your target is to become an ACA, and it's very achievable. May diet, you write, you pass your skills. November, you write, you clear your professional courses. And by 2026, you go for induction. In May, induction. So set your target in that order, and it is achievable. No fear. Don't exercise fear. As I've said, you might have been writing this exam for over time. Be ready to learn. Be ready to learn. Zero all what you've been carrying in your head. Yes. Just start on a new slate and be ready to learn. Now, I must say this. In the last diet, I discovered through my conversation with some students don't understand basic concepts. And when you're trying to tell them this, that, they don't
So we can't hear you.
usually oftentimes listen, but the result is not favorable. Now you must be ready to follow instructions to excel. So understand the exam requirements, familiarize yourself, know the syllabus formats. I've emphasized this over time. Create a study plan. Create a study plan. Set realistic goals. Set realistic goals. Every day, you must cover a topic in performance management. Don't wait for the lecturers. Your lecturers will do their best, but you must set your own targets, your own plan. Break down the syllabus into manageable sections and set a timeline for covering each topic. Consistent study. Dedicate regular hours each day for study and revision. And also effective study techniques. That is active learning. Engage with the material through discussions, teaching others, and practical applications. So when you teach others, you know and learn better. while I was writing PM, any question they sent on one platform, there was a group any question they sent, I will make sure I attempt it. I will make sure I attempt that question and forward my suggested solution to the platform. So do likewise. Practice questions, solve past papers, sample questions to get a feel of the exam format and to practice time management. Notes and summaries. Make concise notes and summaries for quick revision. Develop a positive mindset, as I've said. See yourself as success, as a successful person, as passing these diets. Affirmations. Use positive affirmation to boost your confidence. Yes. Say it to yourself, I'm a success. Yes. Visualize success. See success. Picture yourself succeeding in the exam to build a positive outlook. But when you see yourself, this thing is tough. These ICANN people, I want to kill somebody. These ICANN people, it will not go better for them. You know what those Nigerians used to say now. So,
Abdurasak is disturbing us.
Let's This is 600.
my Lagos brothers.
Abdurasak
My
is
Lagos
disturbing
brothers. So let's see such things when you're having such class. So, yes, I've been saying study, study, study. You must learn to manage stress, likewise, stress management. Sometimes when you are tired, it might not be a time, your brain might not be ready to assimilate at that point. Go and sleep, go and sleep. Yes, when you sleep and wake up, you understand better, you read very fast. Stress management, relaxation techniques, practice deep breathing, meditation, and to manage anxiety. So you must learn to meditate as you study, as you are moving, as you are doing into exercise. Meditate on what you've studied in PM. Yes, when you meditate, they stick to you. Healthy lifestyle. Ensure you get enough sleep, eat healthily, and exercise regularly. These are very important for you to pass this exam. You must stay healthy. So you must not kill yourself that I can you give them and you are not eating, you are not doing the necessary things that will keep you fit. It is when you have life then that you use the certificate. So seek support, study groups, join or form study groups to share knowledge and get support. Tutors and mentors, seek help from tutors or mentors if you find certain topics challenging. Exam day preparation, be prepared. Gather unnecessary materials the night before the exams. Some people, one of my students, in the last exam, he almost missed the exams. Yes. You must know the timetable. From tonight, know the structure of ICANN timetable. The first day, which papers constitute the first day, the second day, which papers, the third day, which papers. Know them. Don't just assume things fictitiously. Yes. An exam that's supposed to be slated for morning, yet you're thinking it's in the afternoon. So if you don't have somebody around you that will tell you, this is it, that is how you miss the exams. So your dockets, everything, gather all those things a night before the exam. If you don't know the location, go and know the location before the exams, not that day. So get to the exam location early to avoid last minute stress. During the exam, stay calm. Take deep breath to stay calm and focused. Yes. So time management, allocate time to each questions and keep track of it. Read questions carefully. Ensure you understand the questions before answering them. So these are some of the tips for to prepare well for the exams. And please stick to them. Set your own targets and let's see how God will help us. In all this, God factor is key. God factor is key. It's God that gives understanding. So as we study, let's always ask for excellent spirits, for God to grant us excellent spirits and for speedy understanding, it's very key. So set an enviable target is a great way to challenge yourself and grow. Define and plan how to achieve it. Yes, you define and plan how to achieve it. You can see from my screen, you can see performance management. One of my students scoring 90. You can score 95. Is that possible?
Yes.
Yes, we can score 95. Yes, it's very possible. So you can see these are some of the testimonies. Good evening, sir. I want to use this medium to say thank you. 3/3. This one is having 3 courses, pass the 3. My first attempt of ICANN exam. Do you understand? So you can surpass this target likewise. You can surpass this target likewise. This person made diet was the 3rd time of writing PN. Now, to the glory of God, I passed. Things like that. So your own testimony can surpass this likewise. So you can see somebody, I'm grateful, first score 14/100, second score 22/100. 3 is definitely a charm. I passed. Professional is calling my name. So all this, so many stories to tell. So define your own paths and God will make it possible. So the performance management examination is a vital component of the ICANN qualification, testing students' ability to apply management accounting techniques to enhance business performance. So by understanding the structure, key components, and effective preparation strategies, ICANN students can approach the examination with confidence and increase their chances of success. Mastery of performance management principles not only helps in passing the exams, but also equips students with essential skills for their future careers in accounting and finance. So this is it for the introduction to performance management. If you have any question, you can ask a question. You can just raise up your hand. Muhazu Suleiman, is it that you want to ask a question, or this raising up of hand is an error?
Yes, it's an error, sir.
Okay, all right. You can put it down, sir. Sarah Timothy, are you raising up your hand? Or is also an error? Okay, you can speak on, Sarah.
It's an error, sir.
Sarah?
Yes,
Wow,
sir, it's an
this
error.
is serious. Okay, you can just bring it down. You can just click on that hand again and it will come down. Yes. All right. Any question? Majid Adeshina.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. My question is briefly. I just want to ask about asking questions like, must it be in a full detail? Like probably they are writing, they ask us about written aspects. Must it be in full details, or if you go straight to the point, the key points of the question, like the answer to it? Because I do get confused about that actually, and it affected me. So I want to have a clarity about it, please.
When you are writing the theoretical aspect, if you
Okay, yeah,
think
yes.
you have many things to write, sir, your first three,
Okay,
4 lines, 4
okay, sir.
lines should be the main point. Should be the main point.
Okay, sir.
You get,
Okay,
sir?
sir.
And you should look
Okay,
at the mark attached to it. If a question is telling you explain benchmarking 3 marks, you shouldn't write too much. You understand?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So the mark attached to the question should give you a clue of
Okay,
the demand of the question. So, but in all cases, give the main point first. before any other stories. If you look at the Pathfinder, you always see it, the main point. Do you understand?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. Any other question before I move to the other business I have? Okay. Let me present something else. So tonight, we'll be looking at this topic, Introduction to Strategic Management. Introduction to Strategic Management is the first chapter in the ICANN study pack. Introduction to Strategic Management. I call it introduction, or I call it introduction to performance management. I'm just supposed to stop after talking about all those stories, but I discovered that I need to talk about this topic will not take us time. And I discovered quite a number of us should have even studied it before now. So it will be more of a discussion. Then after the discussion, I will forward my questions to the WhatsApp group. I have about 10 questions. 10 questions on theoretical topics in based on the ICANN syllabus related to this topic and the information technology. I will forward the questions to us. So the exam have already started, beginning from tonight. So if you pass, it starts from now, not when it is 2 weeks to the exam. You begin to look for somebody that will teach you. Sometimes I reject such offer. Last night, 2 weeks to the exam, somebody was saying she needs a private tutor for SFN. There is nothing I can do at that point. It's better I say, I don't have time because I don't know what I want to do within 2 weeks for SFM. So there's no miracle I can do. There is a course that you have to start over time. So yes, introduction to strategic management. Let me start by asking, what is strategy? Anybody to help me? Yes, you can raise up your hand. What is strategy? Yes, Mr. Easy.
Good evening, sir. Strategy is like a plan or a roadmap to achieve a particular goal.
All right, thank you very much. Yes. Let me say, please, you can be writing, and be jotting, though I can forward my slide to you after the class. So let me just put that strategy is a comprehensive plan or approach designed to achieve specific long-term goals or objectives. Now, in the course of this class, we'll be seeing various levels of strategy, seeing long-term, medium-term, short-term, corporate strategy, and the rest of it. So I said strategy is a comprehensive plan or approach designed to achieve specific long-term goals or objective. Every organization must have a strategy. As a person, you need to have a strategy, just as we've discussed before now. You need to have a strategy to achieve your goal of becoming a chartered accountant. Now, this strategy involves analyzing the current situation. Some people failed Or let me say, some people didn't make it last diet. Let me use the word fail. Some people didn't make it last diet. If I'm the one, what I will do is that I will sit down and evaluate myself. I will not be saying ICANN is wicked. If I didn't get something, I don't point fingers at people. I look at myself. What have I not done right? Yes. What have I not done right? How can I improve on my previous performance to get it? Yes, that is the way to move. So it involves analyzing the current situation, setting clear objectives, and determining the most effective ways to allocate resources and actions to reach the desired outcomes. Now, I'm preparing for ICANN exams. Now, one of the constraints, one of the limiting factor is time. One of the limiting factor is time. Now, how do I allocate these resources, which is time? How do I allocate it? How do I manage my in order to achieve my desired goal of passing PM? So in simple terms, let me come again. I said strategy is a comprehensive plan or approach designed to achieve specific long-term goals or objectives. It involves analyzing the current situation, setting clear objectives, and determining the most effective ways to allocate resources and actions to reach the desired outcomes. So the key aspect of strategy, number one, is purposeful planning. Purposeful planning. This is a new year. Most organizations have set their strategy for the year. They have set their plan for the year. Even as a person, you should have set your plan for the year. Set your plan for the year. But beyond setting the plan, there must be an action to back it up. So there is long-term orientation, the key aspect of strategy, resource allocation, adaptability. They are all key aspects of strategy. And also we have what we call levels of strategy. We have corporate strategy, we have business strategy, we have functional strategy. Functional strategy. The corporate strategy, let me say, it focuses on the overall direction of an organization, including diversification, measures, or market entry. For those of you that have done CSME or have done PM over time, there are various ways in which an organization can design its strategy through Ansoff grid model, through Porter's Diamond, and the rest of them. That is entry into the markets, exit into the markets. All those things, there are ways in which organization can design their corporate strategy. We have business strategy. This concentrates on how a specific business unit competes in its industry, e.g., cost leadership, differentiation, and the rest of it. And also we have functional strategy. This deals with how specific functions, that is marketing, operation, finance, support business and corporate strategies. For example, a company entering a new market might adopt a market penetration strategy, while a non-profit organization might develop a fundraising strategy to secure necessary funding. And more so, an individual might design a career strategy to achieve a professional growth. So these are form of strategies. So a good strategy balances ambitions with practicality. As I've said, once you set your objective, you must back it up with action. So providing a roadmap to success while allowing room for improvement. So this is just by way of introduction. So talking about strategy, based on my slide, I have its overview of strategic management. I said Strategic management refers to the process by which business organization formulates, implement, and evaluate strategies to achieve long-term goals and objectives. It involves making decisions that shape the overall direction of the organization, ensuring it adapts effectively to changes in the environment while utilizing its resources effectively or efficiently. So it is a dynamic and ongoing process that integrates the organization vision, mission, and capabilities with external opportunities and threats. Let me ask, what is a mission? You're talking about mission. Yes, I said it to be an interactive section. Mission. Anybody? Yeah, Elijah. Stanley?
Okay, sir. Mission is a statement of purpose to achieve organization set. The vision being set by an organization is a statement of purpose to achieve set by an organization.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Yes. Somebody might want to go further. Might be saying, I want to ask a question. What is the difference between mission and vision? And somebody might ask, what is the difference between mission and goal? Yes, Tokwe.
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, I think
That's my
mission,
name.
okay, I think mission explains organization existence and it's for short-term period, while vision is for long-term period.
Okay, vision is for long-term period. Okay. Yes, we are all doing fine. Matthew, you want to say something? Okay.
Sorry, I forgot to drop. When I wanted to say something,
Okay.
but it didn't.
All right, it's okay then. So, talking about strategic planning and control. Under this, we'll be looking at management accounting. Management accounting. The primary purpose of management accounting is to provide accurate, timely, and relevant information that enables managers to make informed decisions, optimize performance, and achieve organizational goals. Now, let me ask a question again. What is the difference between...
It's not
Let me
moving.
ask a question.
So management. I can't see anything. Any other slide?
Okay, all right. Let me just... Okay, I think it's the network. Let me just move up and down again. Is it changing now?
No, sir.
No, it's not changing.
Wow.
Not changing.
That is serious. Okay, let me represent again. Let me represent. Let me stop presenting and present again.
Okay.
So can you see now?
Yes.
Yes, it's showing now.
Okay. Right. So I want to ask a question. Management accounting is for management usage. Yes, for them to make informed decision. And that is why we prepare management accounts. I want to ask a question. We have what we call financial accounting, right? And we have what we call management accounting. I want to ask the difference, the disparity between these two. What is the difference between management accounting and financial accounting? Read one.
Management accounting is for management, that is internal use, while financial accounting most especially for external use, that is for what is it called? The external users. While management is for maybe the top management to plan for like the strategic plan that we are talking about.
Okay. Even though you're not audible enough. Okay. Karim, Miriam.
Yes, management accounting talks about us how to effectively
Okay.
reduce costs in the organization.
Sorry, let me just, I can see so many people trying to talk. Sorry, once I call your name, let's be orderly. Let's be orderly. Because once too many people are talking, it becomes noise. So, Miriam, can you speak? Miriam.
So what I was saying is that management accounting talks about an effective way to reduce costs while managing effectively plans. So as to achieve optimum output.
Right. Too many people trying to talk, so I'm not getting the point. I'm not getting the point. I'm not getting that point. So I'll just do the talking on my own to avoid too many hiccups.
About effective way of recording transactions.
Okay. So financial accounting is an account prepared for operational purpose. And that is where you can infer your cost of goods, you can derive your gross profits, you can determine your net profits. It is more detailed than what the management need. The management don't need too much story. They want an abstract. They want a brief for them to easily make decision, just like an executive summary. That is what the management need for prompt and strategic decisions. So under strategic planning and control, if you look at your study pack, it is split into various points. We talked about management accounting. We said the primary purpose of management accounting is to provide accurate, timely, and relevant information that enables managers to make informed decisions, optimize performance, and achieve organization goals. So the effectiveness of management accounting is directly linked to the quality and relevance of the information it delivers, as this directly impacts the quality of decision making within the organization. So, in essence, management accounting serves as a critical tool for planning, controlling, and decision making. So, when the directors are presented with the management account, it's enable them to plan, enable them to set measurable control measures. It enable them to make decision on how to move the organization forward. So planning, management accounts help managers anticipate future financial and operational needs and set realistic goals and allocate resources efficiently to achieve strategic objectives. So when you make plan, there will be need for you to set control measures for you not to deviate from your plan. So control, monitoring and evaluating the organization performance against established standards, ensure that resources are used effectively and corrective actions are taken when necessary to stay on track. Now, we all have a plan to pass the May Diet exams. Now, embedded in this plan are various objectives, are various actions that must be taken. Now, when we are not taking these actions, or when something else is taking our time aside our study, it means we are deviating from the expected plan. It means there should be a red flag. There should be a control measure to tell us that you are not studying as expected. You're not studying as expected. So, for us to make decision, the management account is very key, and it provides managers with the necessary data and analysis to make informed decisions on various issues such as pricing, cost management, investment, and resource allocation, ultimately driving the organization toward achieving its goals. So the true value of management accounting lies not just in the collection and reporting of data, but in its ability to provide insight that improve decision making and organizational performance. Over time, or even in the skills level, in financial reporting in FR, still, even in PM, there is a topic that talks about quality of a good information. Quality of a good information. I don't know if anybody can help me out with some of the qualities of good information. Some of you have passed your foundation level. You are now in skills. We have qualities of good information. What are they? Qualities of good information.
It must be timely.
Timely, yes.
It must be relevant. It must be accurate.
Okay.
Must be reliable.
Serve the purpose. It must serve the purpose which the information is intended for.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Yes. Now,
it must
you
be
should
decision
study.
making.
All right. Thank you. Now, as part of the assignment I'll be giving tonight, if you go to the study pack, to the icon Pathfinder, you see this question. This question I just asked is one of the icon question for a diet. So as simple as it is one of the questions they ask in a diet. Qualities of information. And they were now asking us in that diet, what are the source of information? How can you get information? That is, let me just quickly say some of them. You can get information through questionnaire. Yes, you can get data through questionnaire. And you can get information through interview. through interview. If you study this Pathfinder, the past question, you see this question. I don't know the year now, but part of the questions the directions I'll be giving to you after the class. When you study it, you see all these things there through interview, through newspaper, through publications, through articles. There are ways in which you can gather information. Now, the qualities of a good information is that the information must be relevant, it must be timely, and there's what we call cost benefit analysis. The cost of deriving the information must not be more than the benefit. If you are spending more to get an information, it means you need to check that the benefit should outweigh the cost. So these are just few qualities of a good information. So the true value of management accounting lies not just in the collection and reporting of data, but in its ability to provide insights that improve decision making and organization performance. Now we have levels of strategic planning. Levels of strategic planning. Strategic planning is a hierarchical process that links high-level strategic goals with detailed operational actions. So at the top, strategic plans provide a framework and a long-term direction, while at the bottom, operational planning focuses on day-to-day activities and short-term activities. So we have strategic planning, we have tactical, and we have operational planning. Now, when we talk about strategic planning, who are those involved in making strategic plan? Please, if you want to talk, just raise up your hand. I would like to hear us very clearly. Just raise up your hand. Who are those involved in strategic planning? Or before I ask that question, let me talk about strategic planning. Now, a renowned author referred to as R.N. Anthony in 1965 identified three levels of strategy, three levels of planning within an organization. Number one is strategic planning. Number two is tactical planning. Number three is operational planning. Now, strategic planning, this involves identifying the objectives of the entity and plans for achieving those objectives. So, strategic plans involve long-term plans. Strategic plan involve long-term plan. So, strategic plans include corporate strategic plans, business strategic plans, and functional strategic plans. So let me ask a question. Who are those involved in making this strategic plan for an organization? Mr. Gwenga.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mr. Gwenga.
The director and the shareholder.
Wow, I was not able to hear you. Sorry.
As the director and the shareholders.
Okay, the directors and the shareholders. Okay. Yes, somebody else wants to buttress that. Mr. Colinius. Yes, Mr. Colinius. Okay, Esther.
Yeah, the directors, the investors, the partners.
Okay. Yes. The directors are involved in setting strategic objectives for an organization. Just as we've all said, people are right. They are engaged in setting strategic objective for organization. So, and this strategic objective or strategic plan is a long-term one. It's a long-term one. The vision, they set the vision. So this vision is now being achieved, is now being broken down, is now being, is the vision transcend, the achievement of this vision transcend to tactical planning. For us to achieve strategic plan, we must tactically break it down. So tactical planning, these are short-term plans for achieving medium-term objectives. An example of tactical planning is the annual budget. Yes, just for 12 months. So budget and other tactical plans can be seen as steps towards the achievement of long-term strategic objectives. So for you to achieve a strategic objective for that is stated to be accomplished in the next 5 years, tactical planning must set in to see that we achieve that. In Nigeria, sometimes we come up with certain plans that millennium goals. We come up with certain plans that we want to achieve certain things by 2030. We want to achieve certain things by 2040. So for us to achieve that, we must break it down to tactical planning level for us to be able to achieve such goals. Now, for you to achieve tactical planning, there must be what we call operational planning. These are activities, day-to-day activities, for you to put in effort, actions in place to achieve the tactical plan. The tactical plan cumulates into strategic plan. So operational planning, this is a detailed planning of activities, often at a supervisory level. The tactical plan is, let me say, the manager level. The manager level. The managers are engaged at that point, while the operational planning involves supervisors, junior management levels. So for the achievement of short-term goals and targets, the junior management levels are engaged. For example, a supervisor might divide the workload between several employees in order to complete all the work before the end of the day. So this is how it works. The level of strategic planning, we have the strategic planning, we have the tactical planning, we have the operational planning. The operational planning. Now, definition of strategic planning and control. Strategic planning and control. Strategic planning and control within an entity is a continuous process of, if you look at this point, they are in stages. You cannot move to planning without identifying. So the definition of strategic planning and control entails identifying the goals and objective of the entity. Now, what are the goals and objective of the entity? Is it that we want to maximize profit? Our target profit is 20 million. We want to achieve 20 million in the next 5 years. We want to achieve 10 million in the next 5 years. How do we go about that? You identify your goals, you identify your objectives. Now, when you identify them, you plan. Planning strategies that will enable these goals and objectives to be achieved. Yes, you identify your goal that come May I want to pass my 5 courses at the skills level. Yes, it's a good goal. It's a good objective that you set. Now, how do you achieve this objective? You plan in order to achieve this goal. How do you plan? Early preparation. How do you plan? You invest in key resources, key materials that will make you to achieve these goals. Now, when you set your plan, what do? You set targets for each strategic objective. There's what we call SMART objective. SMART objective. It means when you set an objective, your objective must be specific, must be measurable, your objective must be backed up with action, and your objective must be time-bound. Your objective must be reasonable. So when you set an objective, it must be time-bound. So your objective must be smart enough. So you set targets for each strategic objective. That is performance target. Now, the next stage is converting strategies into short-term operational plans. My plan is to pass my 5 courses. These 5 courses are voluminous. So how do I break them down? How do I put them into short-term plans? You understand? So you can see them moving in stages. It is metamorphosing from one stage to another. It means you cannot have stage 2 without stage 1. You can't have stage 3 without stage 2. Look at it in that light. So when you convert strategies into short-term operational plans, you implement the strategy. When you implement strategy, what comes in? What comes next? You monitor your actual performance. As we are implementing, you monitor. Am I within the track? Am I operating within the set target? If no, you readjust. Now, as you monitor your actual performance, you take control measures likewise where appropriate. You take control measures where appropriate, and you reassess your plans and strategies when circumstances in the business environment change, because things will not always remain constant. So now you might be free. In the next 2 months, your schedules might be tight. So you need to re-strategize your reading plan at that point. So as a business owner, for now, you might have inflation. In some months to come, the inflation in the country might have fallen, and you might need to re-strategize again as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a manager. So these are definition of strategy planning and control. So where necessary and there's need for change, you make change. You change your plan where necessary. Where your plan cannot be achieved based on the set objective, you re-strategize. So the strategy planning process can be viewed using this illustration, looking at this chart. It's a simple process that different methods and approaches may be used to develop strategy plans, but they share common features. A basic approach to strategy planning is shown in the diagram below. You set your objectives, then we have your strategic analysis, strategic choice, evaluation of strategies, implementation of strategies, then review. If you look at all these processes, there is a link. There is a link between them. When you set your objective is subject to review and control. When you set your objective we need strategic analysis, we need strategic choice, we need evaluation of strategies, and we result into what? Implementation of strategies. So there is a link between all of them. The one is not standing on its own. So objectives. So the entity must develop clear objectives such as maximization of shareholders' wealth. This objective should be consistent with the mission statement. So targets can be established for the achievement of objective within the planning period. So objective should take into account the interest, power of stakeholders. Stakeholder mapping is a useful tool in this regard. For those who are doing CSME, we'll be talking more about stakeholder mapping in CSME. Let me ask a question at this point. Who are stakeholders in an organization? Stakeholders in an organization. Janet.
Those are the investors, the staff, the owners of the company too, and shareholders.
Okay,
And
shareholders.
also, I feel those who stay around the community members,
Okay, yeah.
like residents of that area, are also stakeholders because they are affected by whatever happens to the organization.
Yes. Yes. So that is it. The stakeholders are those that have stake interest in the business. Yes. Let me put it that way. Those doing CSME, this is an overlapping topic. I remember the last diet as I was presenting this on the WhatsApp platform. Somebody was asking me, "Is this PM?" Because the person already have the idea in CSME. I say, "Yes, it's PM." So it's an additional knowledge. The topic is in PM, likewise in CSME. So talking about the objective, you said the organization must set objectives, and the objective must be in tandem with the mission, with the vision of the organization. Strategic analysis. Strategic analysis. So a strategic analysis comprises of environmental analysis, position audit. Let me ask a question. I know most of us here, this is not our first time, or some of us have attempted CSME before. Now, for us to do what we call environmental analysis, there are certain models we use in performance management or CSME to evaluate our position, an organization position based on its environment. One of it is PESTEL. What is PESTEL? It's an acronym. So what is PESTEL? PESTEL. Somebody break it down for me.
PESTEL. So the PESTEL model talks about the political environment, the economic environment, the social and cultural environment, the technological environment, ecological environment, as well as the legal environment.
Yes. So in relation to an organization, why PESTEL? Why do an organization need PESTEL? Polinius.
Organization. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Organization actually need this to help them make accurate plans concerning the external forces that against their organizational plan. The reason, let me make more emphasis to this. I think I got it all mixed up. I think why organization need best is to help them make plans that are realistic to fight against the forces, that's the external forces of the environment and the organization.
Yes, that is yeah, yes. So all those factors, PESTEL, there are factors that the organization don't have power over. There are external factors influencing the operation of the business. Let me put it, there are macro issues. Macro issues. The PESTEL, P stand for political, E for the economy, S social, T technology, the L is legal. Okay, somebody is writing it already. Somebody was asking the question. Yes, you can just put it down in that form. Yes. So now, talking about environmental analysis, we use PESTEL. We can use PESTEL to do that analysis. Now, talking about position audit. Position audit. We use what we call SWOT analysis to do what we call position audit. Position audit. SWOT analysis to know in comparison with competitors, where are we standing? In comparison with those in same line of business, where are we standing? That is position audit. SWOT analysis, can I get a brief highlight of what SWOT analysis is all about? Yeah, Miriam.
Yeah, SWOT analysis talks about the strengths and the weakness.
Okay. So it's an acronym standing for what?
The
SWOT.
Strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats.
All right. Okay. Yes. So environmental analysis involves an analysis of development outside the organization that are already affecting the organization or could affect the organization in future. So these are external factors that might affect the achievement of objectives and strategy selection. So a position audit is an internal analysis which identifies the strengths and weakness within the organization, its products, existing customers, management, employees, technical skills, and know-how. So its operational systems and procedures, its reputation for quality, the quality of its suppliers, its liquidity and cash flows, and so on. So the result of the environmental analysis and the position audit can be combined in a SWOT analysis. So the SWOT analysis depicts the strengths and weaknesses of an organization and the opportunities and threats in its environment. So this method of strategic analysis is often used by organizations as a starting point for strategic planning. So for you to plan well, you must look and know where are you standing? What are the environmental factors affecting your business? These are determinants of planning. These are determinants of planning. So once you do your strategic analysis, you do what we call strategic choice. So strategies should be developed to make full use of strengths within the entity and to reduce or remove significant weaknesses. So based on your strategic analysis, you measure on your strengths, and see how you can overcome your weakness. You measure on your strength and see how you can overcome the weakness. And you see how you maximize opportunities around you. Likewise. So all these factors will determine your strategic choice. You determine your strategic choice. So you take advantage of opportunities, make full use of your strength, you remove weakness, take action to protect against threats. What are possible threats that might want to confront a business? Entrance of new business. Yes. So you can get what we call copyrights, trademark to prevent people or to prevent falsification, to prevent people from mimicking your own product. So you can leverage on those factors. Now, evaluation of strategic options. Evaluation of strategic options. Strategy should be developed to decide whether they might be appropriate. According to Johnson and Scholes, suggested that strategy should be assessed for suitability, feasibility, and acceptability. So strategy should be evaluated to decide whether they might be appropriate, whether they are appropriate. So the appropriateness of the strategy is dependent or is a function of its suitability, visibility, and acceptability within the region in which it wants to be made use of, or within the region in which the business wants to operate. So once you evaluate your strategic options, the next thing is what we call strategic implementation. Out of the options, you make selections that suits your environment. So the selected strategy should then be implemented. The implementation of strategy should be monitored. Changes and adjustments should be made where this becomes necessary. Areas of importance here are change management and project management. So where there is deviation from certain choices, it means there will be need for change management and project management. So once you implement your strategy, there will be need for review and control over and over again. You can set monthly review, medium time review, quarterly review, yearly review. So this is a key area. An entity will have management information system in place to monitor the progress of the business. These are particularly important to the introduction of new strategy, where timing and achievement of progress points might be vital to its success. So where you have a new strategy, you need to set timeline to review and see, are you moving as expected or are you stagnant? So review and control is very paramount where a strategy is in place. So talking about strategic objectives, it's just like a repetition of certain things we've talked about before now. Strategic objectives are specific, measurable goals that organizations set to achieve their long-term vision and mission. They guide decision-making, resource allocation, and help align efforts across all levels of an organization. So these objectives are typically focused on key areas such as growth, profitability, market position, and operational efficiency. So by setting clear, actionable targets, organization can track progress, make adjustments, and ensure that all activities are working towards common purpose. So strategic objectives should be SMART. I've mentioned this before. What do I mean by SMART? It will be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So to ensure effectiveness and to drive success over both short and long term. So we also have what we call, under strategic objectives, we have what we call planning and corporate objectives. Planning and corporate objective. So the purpose of strategic planning and control is to help an entity to achieve its strategic objective. So it is normally assumed that the objective of a company is to provide a high return to its owners, the shareholders, consistent with the level of risk in the business. So this is just like re-emphasizing what we've mentioned before, because I don't know if the SFM will be holding by 9. They might want to use the Google Meet, so we need to round up very quickly. So still on that strategic objective, there's this topic or this subtopic known as the need for performance measurement. The need for performance measurement. The need for performance measurement. Let me ask, why do we need performance measurements? Happiness. Why do we need performance measurements? Sultan.
The needs for performance management is to performance measurement is for us to be able to strategize and our long-term goals and missions. We'll be able to achieve that through performance measurement, trying to know our strengths and weakness.
Okay. All right. Monday.
Yes, one of the need is to track our the level of the achievement ourselves for so far covered, level of progress made so far.
Okay, so I think the reason why we need to measure performance is first we need to evaluate, the outcome that we have gotten, and then review in order to, get better outcome in the future.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for the contributions. They are well appreciated. They are all good ones. Thank you very much. So the need for performance management. Every managed organization needs a system of performance management. So managers need to understand what they should be trying to achieve. Yes, you must know what you're trying to achieve. A sense of purpose and direction is provided by plans. And for each plan, there should be objectives and targets. So setting targets for achievement is an essential part of planning. So managers need to know whether they are successful or not. So at the end of every month in some organization, you'll be asked, have you met your target? For those in sales, they are usually on target. So a measurement will be placed if the sales targets have been met or not. Even for other supporting staff, likewise, there will be a ceiling to determine our performance. What is our turnaround time? How do we attend to customers? The customer service. So measures are put in place to determine our performance in organization. So managers need to know whether they are successful or not. The information they need is provided by comparing their actual results of performance with the performance target. So the performance target with the current forecast of what performance will be. So target, forecast, and actual performance should be measured in order to compare them. So ideally, measures of performance should be quantified values. But in most instances, you cannot quantify performance in terms of, it's not all performance you can quantify in terms of figures. Some performance are non-financial. They are non-financial. So we have what we call financial and non-financial measures. That is why sometimes we have non-financial measures. We use benchmarking. You compare an organization with another. You use balance scorecard to compare. So some of those things that you cannot measure using data, using figures, you use non-financial parameters to measure them. So because numerical measures of performance are easier to compare than non-quantified measures. So there's what we call quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative are measurable. Qualitative are not things you can measure with figures. So The benefits of performance measurement system are quite enormous. So a well-structured system of performance measurement clarifies the objective of the organization and show how departments, work groups, and individuals within the organization contribute to the achievements of the organizations. The chapter of this topic, somebody is asking, is it chapter 1 of the study pack? So it's chapter 1. So the benefits of performance measurement, as I was saying, that it establishes agreed measures of activity based on key success factors. So when you're talking about performance measurement, there's what we call KPI, key performance indicator. The key performance indicator is matched side by side with your actions to show if you're actually meeting up with expectations. So still talking about strategic management, we have levels of management similar to what we talked about before. We have strategic management, we have tactical management, we have operational management. I've talked about this. It's just coming again in a different way. Strategic management. The strategic management focuses on long-term direction and overall goals of an organization. So it involves high-level decision-making by top management, such as defining vision, mission, and core objectives. So activities include analyzing the external environment, assessing internal strengths and weaknesses, and formulating strategies to achieve competitive advantage. So strategic management ensures the organization adapts to changing market dynamics while aligning resources and efforts with overarching goals. So that is strategic management. The tactical management, we talked about that likewise, that they translate strategic plans into actionable initiatives at the departmental or middle management levels. It involves medium-term planning, resource allocation, and implementing policies to achieve specific objectives that support broader strategies. So managers in this role oversee teams, coordinate activities, and monitor progress. Tactical management bridges the gap between strategic vision and day-to-day operations, ensuring alignment and effective execution of plans. And also we have the operational management. The operational management focuses on the day-to-day activities required to run an organization efficiently. So it is carried out by frontline managers and supervisors who oversee tasks and ensure quality and maintain productivity. This level involves short-term planning, process optimization, and resolving immediate challenges. So operational management ensures that strategic and tactical plans are realized through effective and consistent execution of routine activities. So by this analysis, you should, at this point, be able to explain the difference between strategic, tactical, and operational planning and control. At this point, you should have understand what we mean by strategic planning process in simple terms, and more so, you should be able to explain at this point the importance of corporate objective and the link to performance management. You should also be able to explain at this point the different information need of strategic, tactical, and operational management. And you should be able to understand or explain the potential issues between strategic objective and short-term decision. At this point, I want to know if you have any question. If you have any question, you can just or any observation or anything you want to say before we call it a day. I'll send the assignment to the platform. Let me send them now so that you can all make attempts. There are lengthy ones, the lengthy assignments. but it's part of the preparation. It's part of what I'll be doing. I'll be pushing you to the wall. So anybody that can skate through what I'm doing will be tedious, but I think it will be beneficial to you in the long run. That is how I operate. Where is the assignments? Let me forward them to you so between now and Sunday, I'll be expecting feedback from you. Just send your solutions to my DM. As you send your solution to my DM, I will send the answers immediately to you. So I'm sending the assignments already to the platform, to the WhatsApp platform. So if you have any question, you can just Tajuddin Sadiq, I'm with you.
All right. Good evening, boss. Thanks for the class. I really appreciate your efforts. And may God bless you. So my question is, this PM course,
yes, sir,
is it more of qualitative than quantitative, or we have more calculations than qualitative? You know, in MI, it is alpha 50-50, 50 IT, 50 cost accounting. So is it the same thing in this PM, or we have more qualitative than quantitative?
Let me say calculation, it's 70% in PM, while the theoretical, the qualitative, let me increase the percentage. The calculation is 80% in PM, while the theory is 20%. But in every exams, they will always test the theory in various aspects. So the theory is very key. Likewise, though the weight might not be as high as a calculation, but you always see them.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the response. And please, can you share us the past question guide and the combined past question?
Though the one I have has not been updated, but if you want it that way, I will forward it to the platform. Maybe when it is updated, they will resend to you. So tonight, I will forward the one I have. Then somebody is asking for the study pack. I will also send the link where you can download the study pack on the platform to you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Anybody that needs it can download for onward action. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. It's not a question. I just want to request that you share your slide with us.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
I'll send it on the platform.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, if you can observe, the question to the assignments is already on the WhatsApp page. Question is a lengthy one, but it's for your own good. One of the questions is information for planning, contracts, and decision making. They are like case study questions required. Explain the difference between strategic, tactical, and operational information, and give examples of each that should be used by a company, such as Handra. Sources of information. Briefly discuss 5 sources of external information that Bill may wish to consider. They are like story questions. I'm just reading the requirements. So on the WhatsApp group, the questions are there already. So I'll also send the one you will refer to your Pathfinder in your Pathfinder. Let me quickly send that one too. Yes, so that please, sir, as I'm sending them, try and create time. The aim is that you finish solving the whole question in the Pathfinder. as we treat each topic. But if you fail to do that, you're on your own.
Please, sir.
So that is the strategy. I'm with you, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
I'm with you.
Okay,
Good
sir.
evening,
Please,
sir.
I wanted to know if this video is recorded so that we can maybe rewatch it when we are less
It's recorded,
busy.
sir.
Sir?
It's recorded, sir.
Oh,
It's
okay.
recorded.
We'll just go to the YouTube page, right? Or where do we go to
Yes.
so that we can watch it?
Yes, just go to Apex YouTube. I send a link
Okay, sir.
in the afternoon
Okay,
that
sir.
you should subscribe.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir.
But
Thank you very
Once
much.
you subscribe, anytime we are having lecture, any Apex lecture, you get a notification.
Oh, okay. That's cool. It's okay, sir. Thank you,
You
sir.
get a notification that so lecture is holding. If it is your own lecture, you can join. If it is not your own, then you can. So you can always go there and revisit this class.
Sorry, sir. Based on that, the last message that my colleague just said now, I think there are many
Yes, sir.
videos in that YouTube. Is there a way that we're going to know that
Yes.
this video is for this class? We'll be noting that this is for this class, for this diet, this diet. Because even I was somewhat confused before I cannot later join through the Google Meet because there are many videos there. I cannot know the actual one that we're having. So we are going to be indication that this for this class on this date or you know what I'm trying to answer.
Yes, like for this video now, for this class now, what I have done, I said May 2025 diet, introduction to performance management. So there is a search option.
Okay.
There is a search option in YouTube.
Okay.
That's once you are looking for activity-based costing, just go to Apex, type activity-based costing.
Okay, sir.
It should come up. Though we've not have that video yet. That is why I'm taking these diets so that I'll have all the whole videos for PM.
All right, sir.
For SFN, we have videos like that. But for PM, we don't have. And that is why we are taking this upon ourselves to do this.
Thank you, sir.
So, in the absence of question, we'll call it a day. Do well to solve the questions. Get a book, a hardcover note. Do it as if you are in the exam hall. So, I will revert back by
as the question
sending.
be sent to the group and the pathfinder.
Yes.
Because
it's
I've
there
checked
already.
the group now. It's not there. I've checked it now. Based on the group that I have, there's nothing like that.
Which group are you? Which
For
group
this,
are you?
Okay, sir. Let me confirm.
PM what?
PM2.
PM2.
PM2, sorry.
PM2.
Yes.
PM2 is there. It's there
It's not
already.
in PM6.
It's not in PM6.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see.
It's not
It's in PM6. It's
You
there.
just sent one. Yes.
I can see eight reactions already.
I've seen it.
So, thank you very much. Let's communicate. You can communicate me on other platforms. I don't usually like my class to be too long on YouTube. You want it too long to not be interesting again. So, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Do have a pleasant night.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Go, sir.
Sir, please don't post send your slide or your slide.
I will send it now.
And secondly, very good, sir. The assignment, are you going to submit it or we hold it in the next class?
Submit your assignment between now and Sunday, coming Sunday, to my personal WhatsApp page. As you are doing that, I will send you the corrections.
Okay, and please, that WhatsApp, your personal WhatsApp, please, can you help me with the number, please? I don't have a personal.
I'm the one sending message on the WhatsApp, so you just click on it.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
So please, let me reiterate. For those that will not solve the assignment, I'm sending me the solution 2 months later, 5 months later. Please, I will not respond to such. I discovered too many people last diet towards the exam, they will just be solving and say, sorry, sir, I'm just solving, I'm just doing this. Please, I don't like telling people harsh words. So I like to make my comments clear. So when you send, I might give human face, but not I don't want to snub you, but please, it's giving me much stress. I have so many assignments to attend to. So thank you very much. Any other thing, you can just send me a message on my WhatsApp. I will respond
Thank
to
you,
you.
sir.
God's willing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Good night.
Good
Thank you
night,
so
sir.
much.
Good night.
Hello.
Good night.
Hello. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Mukhtar, let me hear
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, good evening, sir. How are you? Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
Very fine, very fine. Can you move on?
Yeah, just come late for the program due to
Uh,
a lot of commitments.
just go to the YouTube. Go to the YouTube. You all the
All right.
informations are there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.